Morning YouTube, Scott at SE Landscaping, and it has been a while. March I believe was my last video. It wasn't intentional, it's just been with working on my own and everything, it's been a hectic time, and I've sort of been doing other things as well, been keeping fit and keeping the business running, so it's been a bit of a hectic time, but we shall have a recap. First of all, if I could say thank you to a lot of people who've been contacting me, because people have thought I've been ill. I have been ill for a while, but that's another story that we'll come to. So people have been inquiring and asking me what the situation was, and I've explained, obviously being busy and everything, and putting my spare time into keeping fit and stuff, so that's been good. But coming back to the season, it was a tricky start, as everybody knows. Some of my sites I didn't actually cut till sort of the end of April, because there was that much water over the spring. It was just relentless, and some of the sites I just couldn't get on. So, and the same at the end, some of my sites now are underwater with the amount of rain we've had the last few months. So some of my jobs I will have only cut the grass this year maybe 12 times on the fortnightlies and possibly 25 times on the weeklies. Now, how does that affect my income? It doesn't, because the customers I've got, they're not the council customers that are kept aren't customers who ask me to send them a progress report every week saying I've cut the grass here, I've done this. They understand that if I don't cut the grass, I'm doing something else. So when I wasn't cutting the grass, I was doing bits of edging and things, and it's sort of swings and roundabouts. They're happy to keep paying me because they see progress, because they'll walk past, they'll notice an edge has been edged on a play area or something that's not in the contract, or the grass hasn't been cut because the grass doesn't need cutting. So it's good having customers like that. Not all of them are. I've worked for councils in the past who want a breakdown of everything you've done, and if there's a lamppost you've missed trimming, then they'll see that lamppost, or somebody will see that lamppost, and they'll make a note that you've missed that lamppost. So it's good to have some good customers, and I think I've explained that when I first set off I had anything. I had good customers, bad customers, and you gradually weed them out and get rid of them. But at the start, you need every person possible to grow that business. That's the thing. So that's where we are. So yeah, it was a late start to the season. But to be fair, it's been a good season for me. It hasn't been a good season for a lot of my friends, and I've even spoke to people who this could be the last season because it's been brutal, it's been wet, and anybody who cuts and collects on a permanent basis on domestics just hasn't made the money this year, and it's been so tricky for them. I'm lucky that I'd say 80% of my work is the stander. I'm on the stander 80% of the time. I'm on the ransoms triple maybe 10% of the time, and then 10% of the time I'm boxing off. So when I box off, I've got the luxury that I'll pick a good day. So if it's a Wednesday one week, if it's a Friday the next, it's a lot easier than unclogging boxes. And the good thing with the stander, as people who's got standers, is you can cut in most weathers, providing it's not waterlogged and underwater. But even if it's been raining the night before, you can cut cemeteries and things still look outstanding. With the standers, they're one machine that really doesn't leave a messy footprint. So I'm lucky in that sense that I haven't lost many, if any, days this year with the weather. It's all been good. So in that sense, it's the money's been coming in. I've had holidays, I've had a couple of breaks, which has been nice. And what I did there, I loaded with work. So the Friday, Saturday and Sunday before I went, I got loads of work done, and then obviously when I came back I loaded up again. But it was quite funny because the last time we went on holiday, when I came back, I think we went away end of July, back in August, the growth, when it stops growing, usually in July we get a dry period. Our not so much dry period, but the grass does still stop growing, and it stopped growing in August. And to be fair, in my area in August, September, it hasn't started again. At some sites I was knocking to 3 weekly because I was going to look at them and they didn't need cutting. And because it's that late now, we're into October. I've been doing sort of final cuts this last week, mid-October, and it's been a really easy end to the season for me, and that's mainly due to once the grass stopped growing and everything, it was sort of winner. So I came back off holiday expecting a little bit of stress and didn't have it, which was a bonus. One downside to the whole season was a few weeks ago I woke up with a bit of pain and I went to the doctors. I went to the hospital, and I went to my local hospital and I was transferred to another hospital, and on the way I had a bit of trouble with I had a bit of pain in my chest, and my heart rate dropped to something like 20 odd in the ambulance, which was a bit of a shock. So they rushed me into hospital, and I was taken into Resus and put on loads of tests. Anyway, I was in hospital for a number of days. I don't want to go into it too much, but the outcome was I had something called pericarditis, which is a swelling of the heart sac. Not a heart attack, actually swelling of the lining around it. It's quite common, but I'd never heard of it. And it's caused by an infection or various other things, so anybody can get it. It can happen to anybody. Like I say, it's not a heart attack or anything. I'm fit and healthy and running most days before that. So that's what it was, but it knocked me for 6. I was in hospital for a number of days, and then I got some tablets when I came out. And after that, it was after the hospital, it was, just get through this traffic, it was recuperating, because it did knock me back a bit. I was struggling. I was going out to work last week, I think it was, and I was just managing a few hours here and there, so I've eased back into things. I'm feeling a lot better now, gradually getting back, not running again. I have to wait a couple of weeks before I can kick back in with any exercise, but just till I know that I'm right and everything. Don't want to do too much too soon. But yeah, it was a bit of a shock for someone who's never been ill or anything. But that's where we are. So bounce back now. But prior to that, I was at Grounds Fest. Didn't go last year, went this year. What do I think of it? Weather-wise, it's tricky. We had one good day and one bad day. One good day was nice and dry and walking about in a t-shirt. Second day it was a bit wet, so that was you do need the weather for it. Event overall, it's great to be outside. Did Grounds Fest do everything they could? I think they did. I think they pulled off a good event, which will only get better. One downside is they cut all the events team or whoever decided to cut all the grass the day before the event or whatever, so they should have left areas. So if they know that Furus have this 50 square metre area booked, leave it, because I saw people demonstrating machines cutting nothing, and that's no good. So that's one downside. They need to leave areas where people can practice on. But yeah, there was demos, there was outdoor demonstration areas where you could try things, there was games where you could win prizes and stuff, darts and blow the ball and things, so there was something for everything, everyone really. And then there was the night do, but we didn't stay for the night do. We went back to a hotel. We went for a meal with Dave, the long guy Warner, and Greg ate at Toro Francis. And we stayed over. Well, Dave didn't. Dave just came for some food, and then Dave travelled home. He didn't stay for 2 days. But me and Greg went back in for day 2. It's not the usual large meetup we have when Saltex is there, because various people were staying in different hotels, and Paul Anderton, for instance, was staying on site in his caravan. He was helping Steger out with some marketing. So yeah, it was a good event overall that I think can only get better. And most of the people I talked to aren't going to Saltex, and I think Saltex's numbers are going to be down this year. Will I go? Possibly, depend on time. I might go for one day, I haven't decided yet, but I know a hell of a lot of people who aren't going to Saltex. So, and speaking to a couple of exhibitors, that's the word I'm looking for, they won't be going to Saltex next year. They're already booked up for this year, so I think it's going to hit them. It's the way it's set up. I mean, Grounds Fest free parking, Saltex £16, easy to get to. Saltex is a bit of a pain if you don't get there early, you can be queuing. It's a bit of a maze to get to where you need to be, and then, like I say, the exhibitors are paying like tens of thousands. Saltex, everything's extra. You're paying for electric, and you're paying for a nice carpet, and you're paying if you want to spray potpourri. Whereas Grounds Fest, it's they seem to have the system, and they seem to know the good points and bad points. So that's where we are with Grounds Fest. I enjoyed the event. So yeah, coming to the end of the season now. Still got lots to do. Got lots of bedding plants to start putting in soon, and then it'll be Christmas lights and bits of pruning and things. So not really busy winter, but after, like I say, after being out of action, I'm pleased that it's not going to be too hectic. So just easing back into things. And just taking it steady, and like I say, coming into quiet time, so I won't be going hell for leather, but I'm hoping to get as much pruning and things I can do before Christmas, and then all it leaves after Christmas for me is to do things like edging and making sites better. So that's where we are with things. That's the plan. So equipment wise, I haven't bought a huge amount this year. It's been I haven't needed much. I bought a few miscellaneous hand tools, and I've just picked up the 250, which I'll show you. I'm just going to cut a bit of grass now, so if you stay tuned. how's the van setup been going this year? Pretty much the same, except the hedge cutter down there, one of the brackets came off yesterday, which they've lasted 9-10 months to be fair. It's only thin ply, so I'm not going to complain. But basically, Steiger pruners in that gap, strimmer cord, chainsaw for emergencies, rake, hedge cutters hung up there, and then at the front I usually carry whichever hater I need. But as I said in the video, I don't do a lot of collections. A little box of tricks there, chains and various other things, a strimmer, white line equipment, can of petrol, and then coming up the side, the blower, another hedge cutter, leaf grabbers, brush, hoe, etc. And then various other things up the top. And I've just took delivery of this, which I'm going to do a video for. It is the new 250. So that's the new, still most powerful blower, which you can use with a battery, or you can connect it to the backpack, which the backpack's probably going to be the better option because they do drain batteries, but we'll do a separate video on that. Cutting wise, like I said, the majority of the cutting's done with the 0 turn. So yeah, that's the new 250 blower. Now you can use it with batteries, but I can tell you now, you're only out of a 500 still battery, you're only going to get 12-13 minutes on operator number 3. But you can plug it into the backpack batteries, where I don't know the time yet, but I will do a video on it. I think you probably get 40-45 minutes. So yes, you're going to need lots of batteries. It's probably for shortish jobs. It's not for lasting hours, and a lot of people, it'll probably put them off with the run time. But it's a nice powerful handheld. I've got the 200, so this is the 250. So yeah, haven't bought a lot of gear. Had a few things in mind for next year, but not big purchases. Offloaded quite a lot of equipment, and offloading a little bit more equipment over the coming months or in the next year. Probably a couple of mowers, but I'll probably wait till April now, till people are in the market for them again, because that's when you can get the better money. So yeah, it's all good going forward. Looking ahead to 2025, that'll be a separate video because my plans have changed slightly. But like I say, we'll talk about that, and we'll try and get some videos out, because I know people have been desperate to listen to me for some strange reason. But hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, so just a short one, just a quick update, and thank everybody for watching, and we shall catch you on the next